What's up, you beautiful Redditors? Hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. Welcome to the RNEWS morning show. And let's just jump into it. From r/news. Denver is under a winter storm watch 2 days after the city hit 101 degrees. 2 days ago I was running my AC and dehumidifier. Tonight I'm chopping firewood and putting blankets over my garden. The new normal is freaking bananas. My front hallway i.imager.com. That's a very pretty and welcoming entryway, may I say. Hey, I know this is not on topic, but I was thinking of moving to Denver. How is it out there? It's snowing fire. Also, you can't see the mountains from the foothills because wildfire smoke is so bad. You can't see the mountains from the mountains because the wildfire smoke is so bad. Visibility in Summit County is like 1,000 feet. And you can't see the foothills from the city. Also, I've been noticing falling ash here in the city too. This sucks. Crap man, I can't see the foothills from the foothills. I can barely see the ridge 5 miles away. Today's smoke got real bad. I can't see Colorado from the east coast, sad face. I can see Russia from my house. Okay Sarah. You ought to be a diplomat or something. That's some serious foreign relations cred right there. Climate change is definitely not a thing to worry about though. Nothing alarming at all going on here, nope. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/news. Dead chicks, delayed prescriptions, late mail leaves rural America disconnected. Nobody predicted this would happen. Who could have known mail delivery would be so complicated? Frickin' mailmen, how do they work? That's just the point. DeJoy should have done a proper study first before shutting down dozens of auto-sorters, mailboxes and cutting employee hours. But he didn't because he doesn't have a clue about running the US Postal Service. He would have known all that if he had been working there for decades. He is clueless and should be indicted for owning a business that is in direct competition with USPS. That is corruption at its highest level. I think they got exactly what they were after, no studies needed. Rural Americans vote for Trump because they feel like they're being left behind. Trump orders changes that intentionally leave them behind. Good crap. Vote for a clown, get a circus. Dead Chicks, Delayed Prescriptions is one of my favorite Tom Waits songs. COVID is killing Trump base now. The mail is affecting rural America, who depend on it more. Tough crap. You get what you vote for. That's not really fair. There are a lot of people in rural America who don't vote Republican and are suffering. You get what your neighbors overwhelmingly vote for. We all get what people in swing states vote for by the narrowest of margins. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/news. Hong Kong shocked by violent police arrest of 12-year-old girl. I sincerely doubt they're shocked. Police were concerned about youngsters participating in prohibited group gathering. Their presence at the chaotic protest scenes also endangers their own personal safety, it said. Then don't side with an authoritarian regime. Who gave this a wholesome award though? She should count her lucky stars she's not a 12-year-old black kid in America. Brutal assault would be an upgrade. How can I make this about Americans? You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics. Report Trump campaign using doctored, misleading videos to get edge online. Well, they certainly can't tell people the truth. All supported with artificial feedback from a digital population of falsified identities. People that only exist to express fealty to Trump and create the illusion that conservatism is the dominant ideology across the country. I doubt that the active participation of Russian efforts to instill disinformation and division. Remember the Russian Facebook groups and social media talk in 2016 that sponsored and fueled false Rep versus Dem events to invoke division and violence? They're back, and now it involves setting up armed participants against each other in the streets of America. Edit. Some links. Russian info ops putting US police in their crosshairs. Voice of America, here we go again. Russia gears up to interfere in 2020 election with coronavirus disinformation. A campaign linked to Russia aims to manipulate this year's elections in the United States and Europe. Trump needs to let the intelligence professionals do their work. Intel officials tell Congress that Russia is spreading false information about Biden. CNN Politics. Russia continues interfering in election to try to help Trump. U.S. intelligence says, the New York Times. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics. This is against the law and DeJoy must be fired. Postmaster General accused of criminal violation of campaign laws. DeJoy was installed to do criminal things because he is a criminal. This is but one of many charges that can be brought against him. Seriously, he needs to be arrested. Nothing less. Edit. I encourage anyone reading this to contact your reps and urge them to demand his immediate arrest. And locked up. Lock him up. I feel like I've heard this or something very close somewhere before. Gaslight less than we are here, obstruct less than we are here, project less than we are here. Is your backup plan to be pardoned like Roger Stone, Rep Jim Cooper, DTN? Same representative that got him to perjure himself. Jim must have already knew this was coming. Imagine committing crimes against a country's democratic infrastructure and the worst thing that happens to you is that people want you fired, when you're already a multimillionaire. Rich white guy continuously commits high crime and treason against the country and faces the risk of losing a job. Unarmed black guy guilty of nothing answers the door of his house. Gets promptly executed by police. America. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/World News. Malaysia won't extradite Uighurs to China and will allow them to go to a third country if needed. Minister says. Seeing just one country treat with dignity those who aren't their citizens is a breath of fresh air. No matter how tiny. The irony is they mistreat their own citizens. They discriminate against every other race outside of the native race, which is how their government keeps themselves in power. This is a move to appease the majority race. But ignorant outsiders won't see that, of course. Considering China's running a full-on Nazi-style genocide, good on Malaysia. From what I gather, it's less of a Holocaust-style one and more an Australian Aboriginal-style one. Plus camps. They're trying to destroy these people's culture and religion and make them culturally loyal to CCP, as well as make them a minority in their own home country. But not systematically exterminating them by the millions. They did force abortion and removal of genitals to Uighurs. It looks more like a race genocide than only a cultural genocide. And Malaysia only do it because the Uighurs are Muslims and Malaysia always have a thing to help out their brothers and sisters, just like they did with Rohingyas. If the Uighurs are Jewish, Malaysia will be so happy to send them back to China and ask China to punish them twice as hard. A lot of Malays are anti-Jewish and they always blame everything on the Jews. And that's where we're going to end today's show. But if you like what you saw, leave a like, and if you want to see more of the RNEWS show, hit that subscribe button. As always, this has been the RNEWS show and I'll see you tomorrow.